Today is December 25th, 2022, and I'm doing an update video because I've had a lot of questions about the same thing that I did before, and that is questions on Chile, real estate, cost of living, and taxes and crime. And so I'll put a link to the old video, which is still good information, a lot of it, but there's just more information that I'm giving in this video today. So I moved here in 2013 with my wife and 3 of our 6 children. I was able to purchase this land here for $25,000 approximately. Basically didn't have anything on this property except for this little shack behind us, which had no walls, no deck. It was just a shack, really, and we turned it into a cabana, a little cabin. So I'm also going to talk today about our new constitution, or the attempt to write a new constitution here in Chile, and our new president a little bit. The last video I put out in 2017, and that's a good bit past. So I thought so many things that have changed, and I'm going to look at my notes a little bit here so I can stay on track and keep you guys answering the right questions. Real estate right now. We have some people in our ChileExpatFamily Chat group, which is our relocation services consultation group in Telegram. If you're interested in being a member of that, you can contact me with your in Telegram at James Oliver Dorchak, D-O-R-C-H-A-K. That's who I am. Or you can email me at you can email me at ChileExpatFamily@gmail.com. Yeah. And I will send me your phone number, and I'll give you a call, and we'll discuss what the rules and regs and the costs are. Okay. So right now, real estate, the market. Right now we're seeing property sell for 10 million pesos a hectare, and there's 2.47 acres per hectare. So most North Americans are used to acres and not hectares, but anyhow. So it sounds like 10 million is a lot. I recommend you go to xe.com to get the conversions on this. I'm not going to do it because it's changing all the time. Right now, we are seeing a market crash here in Chile. We're seeing prices start to go back down. We're seeing people start to get desperate about selling the real estate that was originally overpriced to begin with. It's still overpriced. And because of that, we're seeing the market go down. People are lowering their prices. Cars prices are starting to drop as well. New and used cars. Okay, so that's happening as well. We have a gentleman in our group. He's a service provider. We have an attorney, a doctor, a couple of real estate agents, as well as me, and we have a gentleman who does consultation for our group for automobile purchases and automobile repairs. And a truck going by out there. Okay, so why are we seeing a market crash? Well, I think you're starting to see a crash everywhere in the world right now. And inflation is really going crazy here in Chile. It's approximately the same thing you're seeing inflation in the United States right now. Maybe a little less in some areas, a little more in other areas. It's a little less in inflation in as far as food goes, and it's a little more as far as manufactured products go here. Food products, automobile products, things you buy at big box stores. Yeah, they're getting crazy. So why are we seeing the real estate market? Well, let me give you a little history really quick on the market there in the real estate here in Chile. In 2019, George Soros funded the uprising in Santiago. It's been proven now, and that was a test drive for the fights and the problems they had and the riots they had in Seattle, Washington, and later almost every major city in the United States. And when that happened, they burned, I don't know, 1 or 2 subway stations, and they were burning, looting, robbing, raping, murdering. They were good people overall, though. They were just nice people, misunderstood. And many of the people in Santiago decided that they didn't want to live there. They didn't want to raise their families in a hellhole, which is what Santiago is, in my opinion. If you want to get raped, murdered, robbed, go to Santiago. It's a good place. You know, it's much more likely than it is here. We'll talk about crime a little bit later, but there's almost none here where I'm at in the countryside. And anywhere outside of a city in Chile, you're going to be, you know, infinitely more safe. Okay. So because of that, all those riots and demonstrations going on, and some of it was justified. I'm not talking about whether it was justified or not. I'm just talking about that's what happened. It was a fact. 450,000 people in 2020 came to the south here of us in around Puerto Varas alone. That's not to say how many more came up by us, probably another 400,000, and bought lots and bought land and prepared to get their families somewhere safer than Santiago, okay? And that was really smart of them, but all of a sudden you see all these beautiful farms that are being developed out into lots. What's a lot here? A lot here is approximately 1 acre or half a hectare, or 1.2 acres approximately, okay? Because there's 2.47 acres per hectare. So you're seeing basically lots are going a minimum of 5,000 square meters. And I'll let you do all the conversions on this because I just don't have the time in this video, and which is approximately an acre, okay? So you're seeing people buying lots and they're spending $35,000, let's say, let's make it dollars, to 65, and if it has a killer view or something, 95, and if you're on the lake, it's $350,000 they're asking for something you could have got for $20,000 in 2010. But that's the nature of real estate, and it is in the United States too. So no sense poo-pooing it. Oh, but you're not in the United States. Thank God I'm not in the United States right now. Okay? If you look in the World Dictionary on Corruption, the United States picture is really big there. And it doesn't matter whether it's Democrat or Republican. The Uniparty there in the United States is doing a great job of destroying everything that's there. Okay, so these farms will be developed out into lots, which is bad in my opinion. I really like all the farms around us. It's nice. I don't really have a lot here. I have a mini farm. We have 6 acres or 2 point something or another hectares, and we're raising animals. We're taking care of the land. We're doing improvements to the land as far as soil consistency and qualities and things like that go. So it's not I'm just building a house and having a spare place to go to. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that if somebody wants to do that, but the problem is where are you going to get more farmland from? They aren't going to go tearing down houses later. So it's kind of, for me as a farmer, it's really sad to see these huge farms being turned into real estate developments. And as a real estate broker, real estate developer, and appraiser, it really strikes me as either you're on the wave or you're underneath the wave, okay? You're on the top of the wave, you're underneath it. So farms are being developed into lots all around us. Larger parcels are still available here in Chile. There's many that are still available. One of the members of our club was able to network with someone else that I knew, that they were introduced through our online chat group, our consultation group, and he was able to buy twice as much real estate for half as much money because he pooled his resources with somebody else that was looking for the exact same thing. It's really cool. You can go be a member of this group and you meet other people that have like interests